first thing we'll do with our default cube is grab it and hit tab to go into edit mode. Hit Control R to loop cut, and when it comes up, just click it and click it again to confirm it. Then press Z to go into wireframe mode. Hit tab. Nope. And select vertices. Grab all those, delete them. Hit Z, and you should have half of a cube here. However you got to this point, that's all that's really important. So hit tab to go out of edit mode, and under add modifier, going to put a mirror modifier. And this will come in very handy when building our spaceship, so we can design it the left and right sides of it simultaneously. Okay, gonna go ahead and add a subdivision modifier and bump that up to about, let's go ahead and bump it up to 4. Bump your renders up to 4 too, so you don't forget about that later on if you're going to render it. And I'm going to hit T and turn smooth shading on. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a bevel modifier. This is a kind of a common workflow for me, and I'm going to hit this arrow to bump it up under the subsurface modifier. And what this allows me to do, and the reason why I created the bevel modifier after I did the subsurface is because I wanted to show you what the bevel modifier allows you to do if it's placed under the subsurface modifier. I put it under the subsurface modifier up here, so I can control the smoothness or the rigidness of the edges. And you'll definitely see how much this comes in handy later on. But alright, so we've got our basic spaceship clay started, and we should go ahead and save it, so we can jump back to this point if we don't like what we got. So let's go ahead and File, Save As, and I'm going to save mine in my Blender Sensei folder here under Example Files, and I'm going to call it Spaceship 01. And save this Blender file, and that's that. And if I grab this and I move it out, it spreads apart, and I don't want it to do that. I want it to be like I'm modeling one side of something and it's perfectly smooth over to the other side. So under my mirror modifier, I'm going to click on clipping, and you'll see it doesn't do anything, and that's because whenever you change something in the mirror modifier, it only will affect it in the way you changed it after you start editing something else on it. So if I hit Control Z and I undo all that, but now that clipping is selected and I grab it, it's going to stay right on target there. So got all the clipping selected, got all the things selected I need, so I'm going to go ahead and save it again. Alright, so let's make spaceship. Hit tab, and gonna select faces, which you can select that down there. I have it set up to where if I hit space, it allows me to change my editing selection type, but I forget what the traditional mesh select mode call-up window is. But anyway, let's do some stuff. So you scale this, extrude it, scale that down. Kind of got a tip going on there. And let's get a basic body going. extrude this out. Extrude this out here. Scale, constrain it to Z by middle mouse clicking and gesturing it towards the axis I want. And then once you let it go, it's constrained. So, and I'm going to top view. And I actually want, oh no, this is right. I'm going to hit Z to go in wireframe, and then I'm going to select vertices and deselect everything. And this way I can quickly select all the points I need and hit Z again to go back into object mode. Grab. And that's getting a little bit closer. Hit space, give a face. There, go to top view again. Extrude. Rotate. Grab. Scale this down. Grab. That's kind of neat. I'm liking that so far. So I'm gonna save it. Alright, so let's make this nose more of a little more closer together. Since it's on a mirror modifier, I can just grab this edge here, hit G to grab it, hold down my middle mouse to constrain it to this, I'm assuming is an x-axis, and bringing it a little closer. Definitely like that better. But now I'm going to need to bring this point in because it's not looking as geometrical as I prefer. Up there, grab that point, go ahead and do something snazzy with it. In fact, I'll go along this whole edge and make this a little more sleeker like this. Wow. It's cool. I'm not liking this bottom part sticking out here, so I'm going to go into the left view and I'm going to hit Z again. There's this button right here which allows you to select, if you click, if it's on, then it allows you to select all the points through the mesh. But I typically just leave it off because it's quicker for me to just, and easier to see for me to just hit Z and see wireframe mode. And then also wireframe mode also allows you to select all the points straight through. So I go into wireframe mode and I have my right mouse button click set up to be my lasso, and I'll just lasso all this bit here, hit Z to go back into object mode, grab. Well, actually I want that to go like that, and then I want these to come up. Yeah, I think that's getting there a little more. Or box select is also helpful. Oops, had all that stuff selected, didn't mean to. Yeah, I want that to be flat, that for sure. See, I'll just go ahead and grab the whole thing and move it up some. That's kind of cool. I think I'm liking where I'm at so far, so I'll go ahead and save it. Alright, so what else do I want to do here? Let's give it some more body. And I'll just do face selection, grab that, extrude it out. And let's see, grab that again. Top view. Do I want to scale that? No, I'm not a fan of that. I don't think so. Control Z all that. Alright, so I will extrude. To extrude this, then escape to where it goes back exactly to where it was, and then S to scale it. And I'm going to hit extrude again, and now that's going inside. And so the extrude, escape, scale, extrude pretty much dominates a lot of modeling technique in Blender, for me anyway. Helps you create a lot of really good looking lines and curves like this that look, just very mechanical but smooth. And so I'm basically going to just use that technique. Like I'll use it again right here on the wing. E to extrude, escape. So I'm not changing it or moving it. Then S to scale. Bring that in. E to extrude down. And snap. I got some really sweet looking lines here already. So basically, that's just what I'm going to do, and do a lot of on this spacecraft I'm modeling. So I'll just continue on with that. I'm thinking I would like this wing here better if it came in a little bit. So vertex, grab this part right here, top view maybe, and maybe I'll make that straight on, bring it up here. No, let's keep that at about there. That looks pretty good. Alright. Now I'm thinking a windshield, tab, face select here,